as well as sourcing and the remaining part. Two functionalities on portal side and two functionalities on supplier qualification. So four areas will be there pending. But all the four are kind of shorter compared to purchasing. Purchasing, they have enabled a lot of Redwood features, so that we will cover today.
So if you want to extend this for 10, 15 more minutes, you can do that. If that can be covered here. So, and you can plan according to your comfortness. So over to you.
Okay, sure. Just give me a second. I'm just opening the slide. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible now.
So, good morning all. So today we'll touch base mainly on the procurement side on 25C. And to give you an heads up on this, most of the functionality related to purchasing as well as on supplier model, most of the functionalities are related to the Redwood theme and majorly on the notification as well. So few of those notifications, whatever has been there, for example, the supplier profile change request notification, registration approval, change order notification. So those kinds of notification, they have moved it mainly as part of Redwood functionality. They have moved it mainly to the Redwood theme as well. So these are the two major things which are there on the purchasing as well as supplier model. Other than that, one or two functionalities only got added as part of the process. So the first one is mainly on the Redwood part to manage purchase orders as a supplier. So this with this functionality, what it mainly allows us is the Redwood theme as being applied on the view purchase order details, and the same purchase order screen the supplier portal users will be able to use, and they can use mainly to acknowledge the purchase orders or to initiate any changes to the purchase orders, and they will be able to view the purchase order details as well. So this the major changes on the Redwood theme. So earlier it was a normal theme. Now as a supplier portal user, by logging on to supplier portal under manage purchase orders, they will be able to view it in Redwood theme. The second one is on purchasing on the Redwood prepare and manage electronic signatures for purchase orders. So this was also one of the functionalities which got added as part of the Redwood theme. And now the users will be able to prepare these purchase orders or for change orders. They will be able to process their electronic signatures using the Redwood experience with DocuSign. So when you select any purchase orders under view purchase under manage orders, you have under actions, there will be one task for prepare for signatures mainly there, where you can click on those and trigger those in the signature initiation process. So this is also one of those functionalities which is being added as part of the purchasing module. Then we have something called as in order to reserve and liquidate funds and encumbrances for change orders using the current budget date. So whenever a change order is happening, earlier what it used to do is it takes in the original budgeted date is what it will take for the fund reservation. Now what happens is whenever you are processing those change orders, whatever is the current period for those change orders, based on that it will be able to use the current budget date for the change orders. So that is one functionality which is mainly in place. So whenever you create those change orders, automatically the current this one change order date or the current budgeted date will be taken into consideration. The budget period will be there in place if you see, and based on that is what the journal entries also will be getting generated for those. So you have the event class and event type will be there for purchase orders and change order approved. Inside that, you will have those entries coming in for accounting class, purchase orders, and reserve for encumbrance. So these are the two entries which will come in as part of the process. The next one is a straightforward one. In agreements, they have enabled the Redwood theme. So what it mainly does is under manage agreements, manage purchase agreements, one will be able to see those options for agreements as well as line tabs. You can see it, and you can use the search criteria based on this and view those details. So that is one functionality which is being added as part of the Redwood, and this is mainly for agreements as well as agreement lines. And also, they have also added a few of those things like this one, the tab which you see on top. Here, the draft and aspiring and all those things, those details also you will be able to view it. Earlier, before 25C, whenever you are processing those requisition lines as part of Redwood, it usually goes to a purchase order before the 25C update. Now, as part of 25C update, you have those two options, whether to place an order or whether you want to initiate those negotiations. And this initiation of negotiation, it will be defaulted based on either of these two conditions. Either one of the selected lines should require a negotiation, or the selected lines belong to multiple requisitioning business unit. If these any one means in any one of these conditions is mainly satisfied, based on that it will default this value, but the user will be able to update on those as well. And now with the current 25C, the users will be able to process those requisition to negotiation in a Redwood screen. So this is another functionality which is being added as part of 25C. Then I have already mentioned most of the purchase order as well as now not only the purchase orders, most of the purchasing and other areas also. Wherever the reports and notifications are there, the standard one, they have already moved it mainly to Redwood theme. So you have the configure Redwood style purchasing document acknowledgement FII notification is mainly there. So this will have those Redwood themes which is mainly in place. So this is also one of the functionality which they have added. Similarly, for purchase order change orders, purchasing document change orders, once you are cancelled it or rejected. So those kinds of documents are not only the purchase order, it can be a change order, purchase order notification for cancelled or rejected, purchase agreement, and also the change orders are relevant to those. So all those things, they have moved it mainly to the Redwood style as well as format for these notifications. And yeah, using Oracle Analytic Publisher is where you can configure these notification contents. The similar kind of a notification change, you have the configure the Redwood style purchasing document field validation or error FII notification is mainly there. So whatever the errored ones which is mainly to be communicated, those also will fall under this Redwood theme. So if you could see these examples, all these are taking into the Redwood format. Then one of the additional functionalities on the landing page of this one agreements is if you go to the purchasing means landing page or overview page, you will see some of those recent purchase agreements which are there in place. So those purchase agreements, the recent ones, you can see those numbers, and it will populate at up to 25 numbers. It will populate on those. And this takes into account some of those agreements based on the actions that you're performing, like opening the PDF or duplicating an agreement. So based on that is what it will take into consideration those as recent purchase agreements. So based on that, from the overview page itself, you can view in whatever is the recent purchase agreements. Then there is one functionality means which is being added mainly on the approval part. For blanket purchase agreement, they have added in two fields as part of the conditions. One is mainly the total agreed goods amount and the change in total agreed goods amount. So these two fields they have added in as part of the conditions. So going forward, if you need to add in these fields as part of any of the conditions, those will be available as part of post 25C. These will be available. So the first one is mainly the total agreed goods amount. This will be the sum of the agreed amount for each line multiplied by the respective unit price. And whatever is the change associated, change in the total agreed goods amount due to line added, cancelled, or updated as part of the change order. So these based on the agreed amount is what you have those fields in place, which can be added. So if you see below the screenshots, you have those conditions where it has been taken into consideration. Then the next functionality that we have as part of purchasing is again on the Redwood, acknowledging purchase orders as well as change orders. And now as part of 25C, the users will be the supplier users will be able to acknowledge those purchase order header as well as line level or schedule level details. They will be able to acknowledge using the Redwood acknowledge purchase orders page. So on the purchase order screen, you will have a button mainly for the acknowledge button. Once you click on that, it will open the page where and as part of the header, you can accept those acknowledgement, and even at the line level, schedule level also, you have those response where you can acknowledge those. So these two, they have added it as part of the Red Dot functionality. And this is applicable not only for purchase orders, but also for the change orders as well, wherever it is it requires those acknowledgement from the supplier. So earlier I mentioned that the purchase order UI there the in the supplier portal, it has been changed to Red Dot. So that was the first functionality which I have mentioned. Manage purchase order supplier. Similarly, on the purchase order side, another on the supplier portal on the purchase order side, they have recently enabled the change order to create those purchase order changes as a supplier also. It can be done in the Redwood UI. So that is also being enabled as part of the 25C functionality. So whatever you see it over here, the functionality were already existing prior, but the Redwood UI, those they have incorporated as part of 25C. And one of the other functionality which they have added is mainly to create as well as edit purchase orders for project related expenses. So you have those functionalities for project related details like the project number, task number, the expenditure item date, type, expenditure organization, contract number, and funding source. So all these fields are now currently available as part of Redwood. And along with this, if you go to purchase order schedule level also, as part of actions, you have those functionality mainly to distribute those project cost as well. So those functionality they have added as part of the Redwood feature. Then on purchasing side, again on purchase orders, we have something called as freezing of order. Freezing of order in order to prevent any further changes to be incorporated, and whatever is already received to received lines to continue processing those invoices and to match those receipts. We have this functionality of freeze option, freeze and unfreeze options are there, which they have incorporated to the Redwood UI. Apart from that, we also have this at schedule level. We have the firm as well as undo firm schedule is mainly there. So this mainly to prevent any changes to the delivery dates or the quantities at a later stage. So you have those options mainly to firm your schedule. So those also, this functionality is currently already existing prior to 25C, but in Redwood, they have just incorporated to the Redwood UI these actions. The next on the Redwood part, again, what we have is mainly on to perform the fund check and their detailed fund check results as a buyer. So as a buyer, whenever you go into the purchase order screen before submitting your purchase order, you have those options mainly to check the fund status, whether you have the eligible fund available or not. So based on that, if the funds are available, it will provide those notifications stating that the document has passed those fund checks. If that's not the case, it will throw those error details as well. So this one also, they have incorporated this functionality into the Redwood UI. Similarly, for this one, whenever you go to purchase orders, yeah, under actions, you have those change details where you can click on actions, and when you click on order, you can see those change details, and it will provide you those detailed change details. And this also they have incorporated as part of the Redwood UI. Then, as part of the Redwood UI, they have what is it? Made a few changes to the search filter as well as reviewing of purchase orders using some of those additional attributes. So they have extended those attributes, whichever can be used mainly for performing those search filters and all those functionalities. So this is a detailed list of attributes which are currently available, and the different levels in which it is available is also highlighted over here. This is just for your searching and filtering and viewing on those attribute level details. Then we used to have these tax determinant values will be there as part of a purchase order schedules. We used to have this like the product fiscal classification, product type, user defined fiscal classification, tax classification. So all these fields we used to have it in the normal UI. Now, as part of the Redwood UI, also these fields has being added to the schedule level. Even the tax determinant values on a purchase order, you can change based on the header level, tax level details, for example, the taxation country, or based on those values also at header level also, you have those option to change those values as well. So this is this you can see those tax related fields at header level as well as line schedule level details. You will be able to view those, and these you can change as a buyer based on the tax requirements. Then earlier we used to have this approver details where for purchase orders as well as change orders, you will be able to see what is the what are the approvers who has approved those notifications or to whom it is pending with. So those kind of history to view the purchase order approvers that is currently available in the Redwood UI. So you can go into the purchase orders and you can view who the approvers are. So this also as part of the Redwood UI, they have enabled that functionality. Then, as I already told you, we have the creation of change orders for supplier, and in order to manage purchase orders in supplier portal, everything they have enabled it to Redwood UI. Similarly, we have the view functionality is also there, where you can view the purchase orders as a supplier using the Redwood theme. So using this, they will be able to view those purchase orders, and they can also see the summary, order summary, as well as the schedule level details and the order lifecycle details and the order history. So all these tabs will be visible for the supplier user to view the relevant information. So as I mentioned, on the purchasing side, most of the functionality were mainly focused on the Redwood as well as on the Redwood notification part, except for that approval to attribute which they have added, and also on the DocuSign part. So except for most of the things are directly on the Redwood side itself. Now moving on to the next one, that is related to the supplier model. So in supplier model also, what they have incorporated as part of 25C, what Oracle has done is most of the notifications are relevant to the supplier model also. They have changed it mainly to the Redwood style. For example, if you see over here, this is a registration request. Once it is approved, you will see the welcome notification as part of this one Redwood style new supplier notification. So this is the supplier FII email notification that you'll receive once the supplier has been approved. So that also they have changed it to Redwood theme. Similarly, for the other notifications, for example, you have a spend authorization approval and FII notification relevant to those as well. The Oracle has moved that into Redwood theme. So all these notifications, whatever I have mentioned, using Analytic Publisher, you can enable as well as you can make those changes as part of the any content changes needs to be done. Those can be worked out. Again, the next one is mainly on the supplier creation process. So if as part of the supplier creation, if there is any error related to the supplier creation process, those error notification also, they have moved it mainly to Redwood theme. Similarly, the supplier profile change request also. So in case of supplier profile change request, you have for supplier to the notification to the supplier as well as to the internal user notification. Both of them can is being changed to Redwood UI. Then the next one is again on the supplier user account creation. So whenever the supplier contact as being enabled access to the supplier portal, the supplier user account notification, once it is created, then that notification also will show it as part of the Redwood UI. Then one of the main functionalities as part of the supplier model which they have added is to validate the supplier bank account. So they have using this feature, what they are doing it is mainly they are integrated with JP Morgan bank account validation service. They have incorporated or integrated with that particular AVS part, and using that it will do the initial validation mainly for the bank account as well as the bank account owner validity. So whenever you are registering any supplier at that stage, below you can see whether whatever the accounts has been entered, whether the account is verified and whether the account owner is verified, you can see those notifications as part of the process. So this you will see it as part of the registration approval. So you can enable this validation part as part of Redwood theme. So these are the main things which I thought about focusing mainly on the Redwood part. both on purchasing as well as on supplier model.
So have you completed all the topics?
Yes.
Okay, so you were saying something about the sourcing and all that is also completed.
No. Sourcing, I'll take it up as part of the next one. I thought the slides were more, so I just trimmed it because total it was around 25 or 30 slides.
That's okay. That's okay.
So that's why I just included only these as part of the slides. The remaining
That's
I'll
okay.
incorporate as part of the next session.
So let's have that session tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Bye for now.
Thanks. And thank you all.